This, I can't even. Hi there. It's Audrey. It's Stitchy Witch 42. It is Monday, the 12th of August. And oh my God, I am home from the most fantastic, funnest, fabulous. I can't even tell you how much I loved this weekend, this stitching weekend over in Sisters, Oregon. I am so totally wiped out. I showered for you. I put lotion on the face. I dried the hair. That's all you get because I'm ready for a nap. But I have to tell you about this weekend because, oh my God, I can't even. I'm going to start out with the cast of characters who was there besides me because if you're watching this, I was there. I'm a character. So I've been told. But the others were fabulous. Each an individual. And I want to hug them all again. Breathe. The hostess over for our weekend in Sisters, Oregon was Lori McCleary. This was her house. I will get more into it. She's Texstylust. She was our hostess. Next on the cast of characters was Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher, and her sister Carrie Van Handel, who does not have a floss tube. Lisa Riehl. I have to apologize to her because I've been calling her Riehl every time I've mentioned her in videos, and it's Riehl. She said it. I get it. She's one of our Pacific Northwest stitchers, and she lives over in Bend, which is very, very close to Sisters, Oregon. Look at my notes. Lynda Jo Cobb, Pretty Southern. Another one of our Pacific Northwest stitchers. Love her to death. Love all of them to death. Anita of Holly and Anita flew in for this weekend. And then I got to meet two ladies that I had not met before, but I've heard about on other people's videos. And with all the messaging that was going on about this weekend from early on in the year, I couldn't wait to meet them. Marcy Thiesen and Sullivan. These 8 ladies and myself met at Lori's house in Sisters, Oregon, Thursday night, and stitched and laughed and ate and laughed and drank and laughed and stitched and laughed and hugged and cried. And oh my God, it was the best. It was the best. Lori has this beautiful house over there, and it is right on the ridge. You can see down into the ridge, and you can see the river, the creek down below. She's got this sitting spot that she tells everybody up front, if you've had anything to drink, you don't go down there because you kind of have to climb down these rock steps to get down there. And the seat, the bench seat, is right on the cliff. I didn't go. The view was spectacular. There was deer wandering through the front yard the next morning. There were hummingbirds and jays and, everything. The place was simply fantastic. The setting was wonderful. Oh my God. Oh my God. We had food. Everybody was bringing food to share there, and there was food. Lisa Riehl made this stuff that she refers to as crack bacon. Yeah. Equal parts maple syrup, equal parts brown sugar. Dip the bacon in it. Cook it in the oven until you get it to the done that you want, and add some chipotle seasoning and something else. I can't remember what. And then break it up into bits. Yeah. She had this big tub. None of it went home. None of it went home. Lisa Smith took on the role of bartender for the weekend and made some fantastic cocktails. Marcy made Bloody Marys Friday morning. I'm not sure of dates. I don't know when things happened. It's a blur. She made Bloody Marys and she put some of those in there and I let them soak a little bit in the Bloody Mary, and then when I bit into one it was like swoon. Oh my God. So good. We stitched. We laughed. We told stories. We were outside on the deck looking over the canyon. We were inside the house. We went out and walked around and looked at all of Lori's property, and oh God. And the food. So much food. Marcy put on this charcuterie, a cheese plate. And I think I gained, more weight than I probably should have this weekend. But there was food. I took over this apple pie. I took over 2 apple pies. Marcy walks into the kitchen, and from the kitchen I hear there's effing pie in here. And I yelled back from the front of the room, and I said, it's not effing pie. It's effing apple pie. And that was it all weekend long. Anytime somebody had a piece of pie, that's its new name. I feel dehydrated from this weekend. I think it was the elevation. And I think my voice is froggier than it usually is. But I have to share stuff with you. I told you I took projects over there to work on, to finish. Didn't. One is mostly finished, and it's mostly finished because Lisa Riehl helped me with it. My sister, sun, and brother moon, I still haven't attached this to the box, but I was talking with her and she gave me some suggestions on how to do it, so it will be done. But the inside of the box got done, and I am so glad that she helped me, because I wouldn't have known how to do any of this, and I would have totally messed it up. But she helped me to line the inside of the box with velvet. Wrapping balsa wood, cutting balsa wood to size and wrapping it and putting that in there. There's velvet on the bottom here. She showed me how to put the divider piece in there. So my pin cushion here, there's nothing holding it in other than itself. And that looks fantastic. And then she lined the inside of the top for me with a magnet and more velvet and everything. And all of a sudden this has heft. So my plan after another nap is to get this put on the top, and then my stitching box will be finished. I might trim the edges, and no, that's not going to be down over the side, but that's another story. Of my 3 projects I took over there, this was the one that got mostly done. And when I tell you what I did later on in the video, you're going to look at me and go, Audrey, that was so dumb. Because it was. We started talking about this weekend months ago on Facebook Messenger. And shortly after the conversation between all of us started, bacon became a theme. We had crack bacon. So a lot of us brought things to exchange back and forth, and I put some pictures of some of them, but not all of the things that I got, because when I was driving home, when I left Sunday morning, I was out on the highway and I was thinking about things, and I realized that I left the box that Marcy gave to me. You should have seen this box, and I will show it when I get it back. She handed out this box, and it looked like it was a box of bacon-scented dryer sheets. And she goes, no, open it up. And inside, it was filled with all sorts of goodies. She went way above and beyond. There's a glass mug. It's an Ort jar. It's a bacon Ort jar. And she had them personalized for each of us. She got us fabric and she gave us floss, and there was bacon scented soap. Not using that anytime soon because, ooh. But I left it there. So I called Lori and I said, I left that. Can you send it home with Carrie? Because Carrie lives in Sublimity and I live in Silverton and we're like 20 miles apart. So I will get that later on in the week. But showing off the rest of the goodies that we shared, that we all shared. Lisa Smith makes these gorgeous bags, and she had a bunch of them laying on the table, and she goes, everyone gets to take one. And I grabbed this one. Greens and purples, and oh my God, look at that. The inside, contrasting fabric, just beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. See if I can get my stuff together here. Oh, Thursday was Marcy's birthday, and we had cocktails. Lisa got these rings. Yes, you put your cocktail on that and hold it on your finger like that, and you're supposed to try to drink. This is the most awkward thing ever, but it is so cute. I feel like I'm missing stuff and I have no idea. It'll show up when it shows up. Lori passed around. She gave us this lovely little stand. I can't remember where she said she found them, but we can put this together and put a little small on it. And then she got us these towels. Don't go bacon, my heart. It was a bacon weekend. Crack bacon. So good. Tara, coming from South Carolina, brought us these lovely, it's a spoon with a palmetto on it. I didn't know that was a palmetto. I would have thought it was a palm, but Lynda Jo was telling us a story about palmettos and not knowing what they were and why they were all over the place. It's because it's their state flag. I liked it because it had the moon on it, and I thought I could add it to my necklace because it'd be a big charm for the necklace, but Lynda Jo had brought over all of her crafting paper, and she makes these little paper bag or catchers and told us all to pick out paper, and she said we could have as many as we wanted. I didn't want to be greedy. I only went for one, but I got her to make one for me with skulls, and I watched how she does it, and I mean, she was just like zip, 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 snip, 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 glue, glue, glue. Here you are. Anita brought this fantastic little gift bag. There is tags in there and little scissors and buttons and goodness. So much goodness. I took over. I use one of these all the time, but now that I want it, I can't find it. I'd gotten a hold of Vicky Stitchin' Buttons when we started talking about the bacon themed stuff earlier in the year. And I told her, I said, I need some bacon needle minders. So she found bacon needle minders. Isn't he cute? So we all have bacon needle minders. I want to show you all the fantastic stuff that was in Marcy's, and I forgot it there. And I'll get it later this week, but oh my God. The other thing that I got there, I don't know what retreat it was that Lori was at. She got this on the freebie table. Lori is a quilter. It's one of the reasons why she bought that house over there, was to hold quilting retreats. Lisa Smith is a quilter. Lisa Riehl is a quilter. I don't know about the other ladies, but Lori knows my love for witches. And she saw this, and she wants me to make a quilt. Look at this pattern. Look at this. I'm not saying I'm going to. You draw these, trace these onto your fabric, and then you color them and heat set them and then backstitch around them and then piece them together to make this quilt. And I'm not saying I'm going to, but I'm so tempted. And I know she's going to keep pushing me, so who knows what may happen, what the future may hold. But with my crafting bureau upstairs, this would fit in. Breathe. Goodies and food and stitching and sitting out on the deck. And we had thunderstorms every single day over there. Light rain. It was warm. It was cool, but it was warm. Not too hot at all. There was thunderstorms. Everybody is out on the deck trying to get pictures of lightning. And if you look on Instagram and see any of the pictures that was taken over there by myself, by everyone who was there, there's some really cool pictures of the scenery over there and listening to the thunder and the lightning. And wow, just I am not doing a good enough job of describing how it was because I can't. So what I stitched on while I was over there, like I said, I'm going to fall fling later on this year, and found out that I have to do an ornament. So this is the pattern that I chose out of this year's Just Cross Stitch 2019. It is Halloween Hen. And I finished this Thursday night. There wasn't that much left to do. I have stitched a chicken on corn. Me. This is so not me. But I have stitched a chicken on corn. It may be the one and only chicken on corn that I ever stitched, but I have stitched it. I can list that in my repertoire of things I have stitched. I used a fancy word. So when I finished that, I brought out antique keys. And this is as far as I got. I finished this key here and started working on this lock right here. And I ran out of floss. I have to go to Acorns. So I set that one aside. And I brought out my Barbara Anna O Christmas tree. And I finished this flower up here, and I got the branches and the snow on them, and I'm starting the snowman up here. And I know there's a snowflake that goes over here, and then there's a big burst. But the burst is the metallic. The same metallic as the key down here. So I didn't even want to get started on that over there because that metallic stuff drives me nuts. It's a short trip. Okay, I admit it. It's a short trip. So then, after that, I got out my Quaker Gone Haunted. And I finished working on this element here, this acorn here, and then I came back and I gave my cherub his arm and started on his face. And that's it. That's it. I mean, Surprisingly, I think I got a lot done for as much chatting and snacking and drinking. Lisa Smith is a fantastic bartender. She really is. She made these drinks called Brambles. They're gin and blackberry liqueur and lime juice, and they're yummy. They're so yummy. I don't drink hard alcohol very often, so I limited myself to two of them. I think one Thursday night and one Saturday. Yeah, the days blurred. I have never been to a retreat other than the one I went to last year, Acorns and Threads Fall Fling. And that one, you go home each night or you go to a hotel if you're from out of town. But for me, I came home each night. This one, we stayed up till midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the mornings, talking, laughing, stitching. It's a blur, but it was such a fantastic weekend. And yes, I had taken things over to finish, but they never became important enough to try to tear anyone away to help me cut my fabric or do anything like that, because I wanted to stay with the group. I wanted to hear what everyone was saying, and I wanted to see what everyone was doing. And the way Lori has the living room in her house set up, two people could sit on the couch and stitch there, and she has one of those coffee tables where the tabletop lifts so you can bring your stuff close to you. And she has rocking chairs there that people were sitting in with tables next to them so that they could put their stuff on. And then she had folding crafting tables that some of the people were using so you could spread your stuff out. And everyone was stitching on so many fantastic things. I know I finished one thing there. Marcy finished something while she was there. Who else finished? Who else had a finish there? See, it's a blur. It's a blur. I've never been to a big retreat. I have no idea what a big retreat would be like Midwest and StitchCon. StitchCon is way too big for me to even attempt because I would be totally overwhelmed. But if this is even this much of a taste of what a retreat is like, oh my God, I have the envy. I have the envy. But that's okay. I will stick with what I can do locally and enjoy every stinking minute of it. But like I said, I had taken my 3 projects over to finish. With Lisa Riehl's help, I got a lot of the box done. I wanted to finish Spooky Tree into a wall hanging. Other than showing it off, I didn't do anything with it. The one that I wanted to do was to get my mantle scarf, the fabric for my mantle scarf, cut out for Midnight Journey. And I had that out and I showed it off, and that piece got hung on different places, different doorknobs and back of chairs throughout the weekend. And when I was driving home Sunday and I realized that I'd forgot the box with all the goodies that Marcy had given us, I realized that I left my stitching in Sisters. And I was like, oh my God. But like I said, I called Lori. I said, hey, I left this and I left this. Can you please give them to Carrie? And she can bring them home with her and I can get together with her because she lives 20 miles from me. It was so much fun. I was with 8 other totally fabulous, fantastic ladies. The love in that room, the celebration of friendship in that room. There was hugging, there was laughing, there was tears of joy, there was camaraderie, there was friendship. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you ladies that was there, because you were all perfect. Absolutely, totally perfect. And I enjoyed it so much, I want to go take a nap because I'm so tired. And I didn't sleep. Oh, it was just wonderful. And I am sure that I have forgotten to mention things, and oh well, there's always next video to remember stuff in. And when I get Marcy's box, I have to show you, because telling you about it is just not nearly enough. Her husband came and picked her up Sunday morning, and before they took off, he took group photos. I know if you watch Lynda Jo Cobb, Pretty Southern, she did some vlogging over the weekend, so watch out for her video, because her videos are always the best to watch anyway. And I just recently started watching her vlog style ones and laughed my ass off through a couple bits of them. But you'll have to check out this one coming up, because she's going to show you scenery, and it's... watch it. Watch it. Anyway, it was a fantastic weekend. I think I've done a horrible job of describing it all, because there's so much I could tell you, and my brain is still so fuzzy from this weekend. There was food. So much good food. So much good food. And 8 wonderful ladies. Holly, Anita did stitch on P. Roy. I sat next to her and I watched her do it. She did do some stitching. Everyone was stitching. Everyone was laughing. Everyone was wonderful. And on that note, so long, everyone. Till next time. Bye-bye.